Okay, after a monster last episode, I'm hoping this one will be a little more compact. We begin the session drowning, apparently, in resources, although these won't go as far as you think. We've just pulled Delta Squad together, and we're going to assemble Delta Squad. And one thing I've decided to do is, because this thing is diverting off, I can't tell where exactly this flyer goes. I've decided that what will happen is I'm going to get the Helios that's going to carry that team to catch up with it, and the air intercept can fly off somewhere instead and make sure we catch this flyer. So that's happening. The other thing we're doing is over here, as soon as I started this, like even before I thought I'd unpause, but clearly I unpaused for just a second, this finished its exploration, Charlie Squad, and the event revealed a couple of guaranteed unexplored sites, exploration sites here. So we're going to go and hit those. The question mark we have is about what we spend all of our resources on, because there's a competing set of things that you'd want at this point. You might want to get another base down here near this mist zone so you can start the satellite scanning and reveal the locations that you're going to have to deal with. So that's one thing you might want to do. You might want to get a little more research infrastructure. You know that as soon as you finish the Save Helena mission and complete the first research, you'll unlock archaeology. At that point, you'll want to make 4 archaeology labs, so that's going to drain resources. The other thing is you can consider going up to 25 soldiers. You can consider it. The reason you might want to do it now rather than later is there's kind of 2 sweet spot times to bring soldiers on. At the absolute start of the game, where the Pandorans are weak enough that squads of rookies with minimal equipment can still survive and level up and get their skill points that way, or later on once you've established a training base. Now, a proper training base would have maybe 4 or 5 training facilities. There we are. So you'd be wanting to spend maybe 1,000 materials and 400 tech minimum getting a training facility set up. And at that point, you're not going to go out with rookies for your new teams. Your rookies are going to be trained up before they go out. Eventually, 25 is a good number. 25 is a good number because eventually you're going to want to move away from 5-person teams. You're going to want to go to 8-person teams, each flying on a pair of Helios transporters, because 8's the maximum number you can take in a mission. 8 troops per squad means you want 24 soldiers to make up your Alpha, Bravo, and Charlie teams. The structure, there's a couple of ways to do it. One approach is to take your early game squads, have 5 early game squads and consolidate them down to 3. The other option is to slowly expand out your early game squads with new recruits. Doing things like adding, usually I would add at that point, you could add a priest to every team is a must. An infiltrator to scout is usually a good idea. But all these can be cross classes if you need them to. So yeah, I would have an extra heavy, so you have 2 heavy grenadiers per 8-person squad, a priest and an infiltrator. So that's the 3 additionals you can add to your 5-person squad. But you could also use your initial squad mates and multi-class. There's lots of options there. Recruiting new soldiers is never a bad idea. So we'll consider doing it right now. I think I've got enough for archaeology. I can activate this base, and I can mostly go pretty much just for this, the satellite uplink, to get that scanning. I'll need to repair this as well, and boom, a lot of our resources are gone. But it'll let us power all of this up. This is now just enough for archaeology. And even then, we'll need more materials, but we'll get those by trading. So I think I'm committing to getting a scan done over here. We're going to go archaeology labs. After we go archaeology labs, we're going to start probably moving towards an extra team. That 24 soldiers you see there, do any of our places have unactivated living facilities? I thought I was going to be really smart here. Apparently we don't have any unactivated living quarters. Oh, yep, there we do. I was right, I wasn't dreaming. When we're ready, we can repair this really cheaply. In fact, there's probably no harm in doing it now. and that'll provide us the person capacity we need to go up to another squad. And of course, that will mean raiding people again for yet more aircraft. I know that's... I actually chopped that mission from last session because I know we've seen the Sanhedrin raid missions so many times now. But hey, if people want it back in, I'll add it back in. Anyway, enough talking. Exploring, I'm going to quickly rest Alpha Team, and then they're going to do the Save Helena mission. We're going to shoot down this Pandoran flyer, and then as soon as we can reach it, we're going to go out to Prisoner of Ice. We'll be able to do that once this satellite scan completes. Alright, looks like we're about to get the intercept here. What are we at? 23, 40, 22. We'll take the reputation. We're starting to get pretty close to 50% New Jericho, which would be fantastic. And all of our squads are resting at base. We've got 3 Helios parked at Phoenix Point at the moment as all the troops refresh their stamina. Let's engage. What's our build? Ram, spikes. So, usual deal. We'll disable the spikes first, and then we'll have enough firepower to destroy the ram before we get into range. And we'll use the afterburner. Did we not repair that? Okay, I thought we'd repaired that. We will use the afterburner to dodge the first set of spikes. I don't think we'll dodge the next set of spikes. Oh, we might. That's kind of efficient. And now we'll swap both of our weapons over and hope that that missile does the job. Evade. Now we have to disable this before we get into close range, which should be fine. Otherwise, I'm going to hit that disengage button. That miss isn't great. That was better. We'll get one more shot with each before we're in range, but that does a shitload of damage with a really low cooldown. Hit with this, so I'm hitting that button. Okay, good. Would have been embarrassing to disengage from something whose weapon is literally to ram us. I guess we could have used the afterburner to buy ourselves another 10 seconds, but you know, it is what it is. Speed up time. Fantastic. 400 materials straight off the top. Fantastic. And New Jericho gave us a bunch of opinion there. 4% opinion. Great. Presumably because it was over their haven. Now what we have to do is Delta Squad picks up the one soldier of the Expendables, Phaonix, who is at Phoenix Point. And once they're repaired, they can go rendezvous with the gift and pick up the squad wherever they happen to be. In fact, I can probably start bringing that squad back so they're closer to home. That's almost out. That's almost searching. And Alpha Squad's almost ready to go. Great. Okay, I've transferred the soldiers, and the Pandorans have just split off another Pandoran flyer support flight. That's fine. Gift can go intercept that. Should consider activating this at some point. I just feel like there are higher priorities. At the moment, our sensor coverage is doing the job. But being able to scan this pool of mist here would be handy. Just very expensive given what I know is on the horizon. Activating a lot of bases is an easy way to sink lots of resources. But if you're a completionist like me and you want to preserve as much of humanity as possible, it's something you have to consider doing. Sticking mist repellers in both these locations too, once we get up to speed, could be really, really cool. Anyway, Delta Squad is now available, and they are going to explore Africa. We'll go down there and find out that actually, no, we'll explore. Charlie Squad's about to finish exploring. Bravo Squad is almost rested up. Going well. Okay, so this satellite scan has now revealed the way south. We can now reach Prisoner of the Ice. So Bravo Squad is on the way. I love that Helios speed and range. Makes this possible. This sensor scan will eventually connect to this base with the furthest point of interest we have here, which is Science Memorial. So that satellite scan should get us close enough, which will let us jump to here. Eventually, we'll activate Summerall Memorial if it's not already in range, and that will be the leap that gets us to Antarctica. So we're building our global network. This one here is more about defending against the Pandorans. I'm seriously considering doing it. This looks like where their supply site's going to be, so we'll intercept them there. Just don't want to offer them any supplies. Manufacturing armor at the moment, we're going to need more. We need more of everything right now, but we're getting there. Okay, let's go rescue the good doctor and start unlocking the ancient missions, because that's what I want Alpha Team doing. So this is the rescue the scientist from your Jericho mission. Thankfully, they don't really hold it against you. Just then going in and stealing a Thunderbird, when you think about it. It does less immediate damage. You're like stealing one person and shooting a couple of soldiers.
I was born ready.
But casualties are just the nature of the game in the Phoenix Point universe. So, let's go. Okay, so here we are raiding New Jericho in order to liberate that particular scientist.
I'm ready.
We know that we have to respect Sanhedrin. We're going to respect New Jericho as well. They're dangerous opponents. Now we know we can kill that guy up the top, but I think we're going to spend most of our first turn pretty much bunkered up. We're going to eliminate this first target and then see what we can lure out.
No!
Because everything that we can snipe makes our life just that little bit easier. We'll watch for a hostile spawn there. I'd normally move pretty quickly because I, want to not get overwhelmed with reinforcements, but on the first turn, there's no harm in just letting people come to you just a bit.
Holding position.
And we're not going to waste really good soldiers doing dumb shit, preferably.
They're not getting past me.
Kind of want someone to spawn there. There we go. Enemy spotted center. We're beyond assault engagement range though, so hopefully most people we spot this turn, unless they're snipers, won't be able to do much. There's a sniper up high. That's going to be awkward to get a shot on. Much easier. These are sitting ducks in the center. Cool, we've got some damage out. Looks like Jericho's got some decent numbers here. We're at least fighting even numbers. So my real concern is that sniper up there, and I don't imagine anyone... Ooh.
Preparing to fire.
I was about to say I don't think anyone's going to have a shot. Okay, I'd hardly call that a shot.
5 by 5.
Okay. We need to eliminate the assaults that are coming in against us first. Do they have return fire? No, just assault training. That's good. And then we have a heavy who can't really do a huge amount from his current position. Like, he might land a tier round. That's about it. And you can see the odds against that are pretty long. So I might instead jump the heavy to cover. Okay, let me think about this for a sec. Okay, let's just figure out if this cover is degradable.
Target missed.
Okay, we destroyed the sniper rifle. We threaded the needle, hit the sniper rifle, and killed it. I'm actually going to leave that sniper now, because I don't think a pistol is particularly worrying. Doesn't mean we can't loot the thing, but, I'll take it. And then we can eliminate... We have shots on either of these two. Great. Okay, well, we'll engage the easiest to engage ones first. Which is probably this guy.
Ready to fire. Ready to engage.
Not really getting the results I was hoping for.
Preparing to fire.
Now, is that finally enough to kill him? 12. So a sniper needs to shoot him with a pistol. Fan-blade-tastic. Well, looks like the snipers do most of the work as usual.
Ready to engage.
Let's start with this guy here.
Steel on target.
Okay, I think he's done. Nero is in Master Marksman mode, by the way, which is why his accuracy is so high. We'll take this shot. There's a chance. It's alright, there was only a chance. And then Nero needs to land a pistol round.
Ready to rock.
Did I accidentally... Yes, I accidentally fired the tear cannon instead of Nero's laser
This
pistol.
better work.
Fantastic.
Kill confirmed.
I think he shot him in the nuts, but I'll allow it given the circumstances. Overwatch. Nero can overwatch.
I'll keep my eyes open.
Okay, and this assault's going to advance too. This sniper's going to have to get real close because he's now a pistol user. So his AI must be very confused. We are at the range where he might get some hits. That's understandable. But he's not going to last past this turn. Awesome. I'm hoping that's it. No, we've got one more assault to our other side. Jeez, there's a bunch of them. Where is the good doctor? Where is the good doctor? That's a question I should have asked myself earlier on. I mean, the mission is just secure, but I can't actually see the objective. I guess I'm just going to secure the area. Okay, as usual, we're going to open with some assault rifle fire, just to see if we can cut the number of sniper rifle rounds required down to 1, because Nero only has 5 willpower, which means he needs a kill with his first shot
Let's just get this
to
over
be able
with.
to quick aim again. Okay, so we're going to need to tickle a little further.
Preparing to fire.
Is 19 enough? How much do you do? 120, 93.
This better work.
Oh, and we've set up a chain panic. That's super handy. That lets us do some maneuvering and advance on our opponent.
That's it.
Eh.
I'm dead out here.
It's probably too much to hope for.
Ready to engage. Missed.
Balin's not landing the shots either. But that's okay. If all the enemies are panicking, that means we can get right up in their business.
Here's a little trick.
Contact HQ. We're taking heavy fire.
Yes, you're taking heavy fire because I'm shooting at you. That is indeed what I am trying to do right now. And we're just going to try and get as close to them as possible so that after they recover next turn, we can seal the deal. Because they will now go into recover. He won't be able to recover.
Tactical break.
Oh, he was able to recover. Interesting. So he's going to be able to be bashed to death.
What's that?
That's fine. These guys don't have return fire, so I can probably
Pushing
do
on.
some backstabbing.
No!
Head is disabled. Fantastic.
Receiving.
Nathaniel, you can duck inside. And my friend... Wait, why is that not showing any damage? That's showing damage. That's better. Fantastic. So he's at 0 willpower. He's at 1. So if we can kill this guy, we're actually going to panic
5
the
by
other
5.
one again. Which
Pushing
I'm on
on.
board for. And it means that the assaults get to do a little bit of the work instead of the snipers for once. Which I'm sure they don't mind. One thing I would like, devs if you're listening, although I should probably use actual feedback mechanisms, why did you not panic? Willpower 0, okay. I would like to start the game with non-lethal weapons that only work on humans. So I can't capture Pandorans, or just don't give me the Pandoran containment. Give me the ability to non-lethally paralyze humans with a weapon at the start of the game. Like, just like a taser or something.
Humanity.
Because I'd like to be able to run these missions and challenge myself to be non-lethal. That's probably going to trigger the Overwatch. What won't trigger the Overwatch is a bunch of shooting from downtown.
Ah! Preparing to fire. Target missed.
Really, Balin? Really? I mean, I can probably get behind them, but still. Okay, mission clear. But yeah, I'd like to be able to run these missions in a non-lethal fashion if I had a tool available. And other than complete stealth, which you also don't have tools for, you don't start the game with stealth, that's the infiltrator, it comes later. There's no realistic way to non-lethally run the early anti-human missions, and I'd like to be able to. Okay, so we've now unlocked antediluvian archaeology, and guess what? That goes to the top of our list, while our objective everywhere else is to basically max out the resources that we have in order to get archaeology up as soon as possible. So Alpha Squad is up and available. There's no story missions in this area for them to deal with at the moment. So I'm probably just going to send Alpha Squad back to India for the moment, probably, because Delta Squad's kind of got Europe covered. Or it might be safer just because just to have coverage to have them operating up here in Northern Eurasia. There we go, antediluvian archaeology. And if you wonder why that popped immediately, it's because you get 900 research for completing the Rescue the Doctor mission, which basically completes the research for you. And, conveniently, it's also popping Pandoran colonies for me. So, where's the Matic? The Matic is over here. So guess what? Alpha Squad now has a new objective. We can go to research. Pandoran capture and containment is the obvious next choice. I'm not particularly preoccupied with either of these. I don't want to reverse engineer anything. There's some resources to be had here, but spending resources in order to get research, that's not an objective for me. Now I have to pick an archaeology base. Archaeology, the primary criterion is you're not going to be doing anything else there, and it needs to be nowhere near anything dangerous. So this is probably a good idea, like this base up here, and the magic number I believe is 4. Because each decreases the cost of archaeology probes by a certain amount, and by the time you get to 4, you've realized all of the discount. Beyond that, all you do is get more alien resources from sites. 4 gives you the maximal discount. You might go to 4, more than 4 later anyway, just to maximize your resource gain, but for now, 4 archaeology labs is what we needed. And you can see that's burned through our materials, but we've got this big pile of food and tech. So if we keep the trading going, we should be fine. Recruits available in 1 day as well, which is handy. Awesome. Alpha Squad's on its way to that mission. Delta Squad's going to explore. The gift is flying to this intercept now, which we'll just make. Something else got explored. Oh, you just found a Synedrian Haven. So, what you do is use tech to buy all the food, because we'll be able to trade that somewhere else for significant value. That's not a very good exchange rate. I had thought that would be worth more. I guess that's okay. I guess that's okay. How much are these recruits, by the way? Heavy on food, but cheap otherwise. So we're about to make this intercept. Cool, make the intercept in a sec. Okay, let's go. This one's got the spit and the spikes. We'll probably engage the spit first and focus on dodging it at first. But I think we should be able to handle this. And after this, hopefully they give the gift time to fly home and repair. Maybe this is why I meant to feel the pressure only having one aircraft. Because we lost some hull there, which we haven't before. What we're going to do is we're going to dodge this, which will also dodge this. Cool. Now we disable the other weapon. Afterburner is available. One last charge. Dodge. Weapons destroyed. At this point the target is helpless. And everyone should be happy with us, and we should get some resources. Great. So 300 materials, 2 opinion with everyone. I will take it. Second initiation is unlocked.
There are some who still cling.
We will cast out the heathens because doing missions is good. The gift needs to fly home to rearm. Where is the second initiation? Up here. Well, that's not bad. I can send Charlie's squad to go do that after they've searched that location. This is why having multiple teams is good. Ooh, the Matic is right there. I could send Alpha Team to go do that, and Bravo Team could clean up the Matic on the way through. Let's do that. You explore there, and then Alpha Team, you divert and do the second initiation. Because we wanted you going to Eurasia anyway eventually. Cool. Let's do it. Bandit killing time. Okay, Bravo Squad. Bravo Squad is saying they have lots of ready slots empty. This will be because I don't have enough pistols. So, Deadwolf, you get a pistol, but, like, please don't use it unless you have to, because I don't have any spare ammunition for it. You can have a medkit, though. Broken does have a pistol, which makes him practical royalty in this setup. We will give him... I think 12 willpower is a good minimum for all soldiers. So we'll get him up towards that. Especially if we want to go Sniperist, we're going to need to go more willpower. Sniperist, makes no mistake, gets more sort of usage. You'll get more use out of your... You don't need a spare Pythagoras magazine, carry a medkit. You'll get more use out of your sniper rifle. You're getting 25% more damage out of every shot. But if it's coming at the cost of not being able to quick aim as much, I don't like it. GC, you can actually carry a spare mag now because we have those. Murder Puppy. This is fine. One more mag. Bradford Jr. Medkit. And you have now got Biochemist. Biochemist is great for assault rifle users, and you can go to willpower 10. And we're back at Deadwolf. Great. And this is a mission where we get to keep what we kill. Well, keep what drops from the things we kill. Unfortunately, most of the things they drop will be independent weapons, which are kind of trash, but hopefully they'll drop some a little bit of independent sniper ammo, then maybe that's useful. I mean, you can always scrap the things. We've seen this mission before, so there'll be independents strewn. There'll be a few in this building, I believe, a few more over here. They'll love spawning over here. That's if this is like the last time I ran this mission in the last campaign. And you need to get here and retrieve this collection. It is a map with reinforcement spawns, so you can't take your time forever. I like to sort of dominate this zone, sweep this building so they don't come in from this side, walk across the causeway, claim the thing, and then evac. Evac in this corner. So clear this way, don't bother clearing the far end of the map. Okay, I'll start doing what I do best. See a sniper, by the way, but they're in a position that makes them basically impossible to shoot. So the main thing is I'm just going to position this turn so they can't shoot me. Okay. So we set up some Overwatch, hoping that the ones that were in that building would come out. Looks like they are. Come on, GC. So unfortunately, because GC didn't make the kill, we spend this other sniper round, which otherwise would have been spent on this guy right here.
Ready to rumble.
The Heavy's not going to get in range of anyone this turn. Okay, he can take a Hail Mary shot at the guy in full cover across the room. That was never going to happen. Not that he's going to get damaged by an assault rifle, but, you know... Oh, 2 Heavies. Can you see why I just mock independent Heavies? Like, they're more comedy value than anything. Without the jetpack, which gives heavy some mobility, they're a bit of a joke. And the fact there are 3 of them just makes me smile. If we can kill that sniper, which I'm sure we can, we're basically going to be good to go. As long as we then have enough firepower left to deal with the heavies before they get close, which we'll be able to. Okay, so that sniper is now arm disabled, bleeding. So the sniper rifle is out of commission for the turn, which is great. The heavy that is closer to us is probably more of an immediate issue than the one that is a little further away. It'll surprise you to hear. However, we could kill this one outright. We could do a little sneak and peek here. With dash, you could absolutely do a little bit of a backstab, so let's do that.
Time for the push. Aiming.
Could do that for the willpower, or we could go for the arm disable, but we won't be able to disable it this turn, so instead I'm going to disable the head. I'll dash that back last. Bradford Jr. is what they were all shooting at, but they really can't, there's no chance that they're going to realistically hit him. So we're just going to play a little bit of hide and seek with them.
They're not getting past me.
We're just going to infuriate the big, slow, dumb enemies. While also pruning the numbers just a bit.
Oh! They got me. Aiming. Kill confirmed.
Help!
You'll note that because the head was disabled, that attack there now leads to a panic. Not a bad place to be. We are now pretty safe moving to here, which puts us in a position to go after that sniper if they are in good condition after, say, spending a turn healing, which they'll have to do if they want to use their rifle ever again. I'm just going to overwatch out here because I don't want to be exposed in that space.
Aiming.
And then I think we're going to duck back here just to increase very slightly the amount of distance the heavies have to cover if they want a machine gun.
Ow!
One spawn top left, don't forget it.
I need a moment. My turn.
Bandit assault. Okay, another unit that's going to have to get close in order to do anything dangerous. He's just asking to be backstabbed. Okay, so GC can just outright kill the sniper. Fantastic. This guy we can probably do some similar sort of backstab shenanigans to what I was doing before.
Pushing on.
Where you just walk up, put the gun to their temple, say hi. This time it's not going to disable the head in one though, because we're not using the new Jericho.
Oh, wait.
Is it because we're not using the new Jericho gun, or is it because we're not using a guy with the bonus damage? I think in order to kill that heavy, we're going to have to use a sniper, just to allocate our damage properly. Does mean the assault is not going to get the maximum reception this turn, but it is what it is.
Enemy killed.
That guy's panicked again, which means we're less stressed about doing this. And 6 virus means this guy's just chain panic. Like, he's not going anywhere. I mean, I can bash him for good measure. I'm not sure it'll do any damage. There you are, it did 7. We get 2 shots. Well, we get 1 shot with quick aim, then we get an overwatch on the assault as they close. But I think at this point we've basically established fire dominance. Geez, Dead Wolf, I really want you to unlock the, I really want you to unlock...
I'll keep my eyes open.
Master Marksman.
Let's go.
Murder Puppy, do you want to come in here and engage this guy, or are you in the business of hunting that assault? I think you're in the business of backing GC up as we move towards the objective, actually. Let's do that.
I'll keep my eyes open.
If this turn goes well, I'm probably going to jump forward, because once you've got fire superiority, and you're only killing the guys that just arrive each turn, there's not much they can do.
Still on target.
Like, this guy is at 1 willpower, virus 10. The moment that assault over there dies, which they will be doing shortly, probably by virtue of Broken 25 doing what he does, that guy will panic again, and even if he doesn't, he'll panic immediately because of the virus. And that was to be expected. So let's just make sure this guy doesn't come out to play.
Moving out.
But yeah, I think we're pretty much done. Great, so we got that. Evacuating was fine. So we can continue on to our objective over here, Prisoner of Ice. Alpha Squad is on its way, Delta Squad is exploring, the Gift is on its way to rearm, and the Mariner is hopefully going to be free at some point in the future. I mean, hopefully we pick up something on this side of the scan that we can actually jump into Eurasia and thereby get home. And manufacturing is progressing well. I think we have our second fab. No, our second fab is not up yet. But we're getting there. Right as I say that, this aircraft discovers this guy over here, and which means we can actually fly home and get this guy equipped. But on the way, it's basically going to do a giant trading trip, I think. It's going to become the trading source for all of this area around here. So let's get to that. Awesome. Trade is super profitable. I know I've said that before, but I'm just going to say it again. If you follow the basic rules, trade in this game, mega profitable. Okay, second initiation. So this is the Anu mission. Nathaniel Moody now at a very awesome level 5. Boom Blast is the amazing stat here. Boom Blast is fantastic. He doesn't have a grenade launcher yet, but it's still a good stat. Don't have to buy it immediately though. Instead, buying this extra willpower and perception is actually a good pickup because the willpower points cost more than it does. And plus 10 perception is a bonus. So we'll give him Nathaniel Farsighted, which makes him, I think, 14 willpower. Other than that, I think he's got everything he needs. We can give him even more willpower, or we could give him more speed, but really, heavy builds, because we're going to go Boom Blast eventually, it's all about willpower and strength, with speed as secondary, because you're not going to be relocating very often. So willpower, Nathaniel is probably now our bravest soldier, because he'll be effectively willpower 17. Vincinar, Ready for Action is good for like missions where you're picking stuff up out of crates. I guess I'll pick it up, but mostly I'm here for that. I will consider with the assaults more than the other classes going all the way to 20 mobility as well. We only have to go to 19 here because of Thief. So we could actually pick up 2 mobility and then Thief and then be pretty much there. So after another mission or 2, Vincinar, I'll even give you 1 now, and that'll remind me to do it later on. Vincinar's going to be super mobile. Nero, good old Nero. Weak Spot is an obvious pickup. Willpower upgrades are obvious, and then the only question is, well, actually, it's not a question. Healer versus willpower, but healer gets you the willpower cheaper. So there you go. That gives us a whole bunch of willpower. And then Nero, do you eventually need to be speed 20? You probably do, eventually. We can get you some of the way there to remind us. Nero getting very close to level 7, but not a priority dual class. Master Marksman, fantastic. Balin might hit stuff now. And Self-Defense Specialist is okay for snipers. It's better once you have PDWs, but plus 10% damage, 10% accuracy, and 10 tiles hearing range. Not bad for when you have to pistol duel, so I will pick that up. Do I want cautious? Because that would make you super accurate, like bizarrely accurate, but take away damage. I think once we have a heavier hitting rifle... Actually, you know what? No. Precision shooting with the sniper is what they are all about. With the handgun, we're now damage neutral, and with the sniper rifle, we should be absolutely threading the needle. Atrasis, ready for action, far-sighted are both good pickups. Far-sighted because it gives you that +2 willpower. The perception range is secondary. I'm not sure if I want to go ready for action on someone who has a Demos. I'm not sure also whether to go to 16 willpower or 20 speed first. I think it's going to be the willpower. This is now 16 willpower, so I'm happy with that. And we're back to Nathaniel Moody. So we are good to deploy. So it's been a while. This is our last diplomatic mission, which is interesting. We're doing the Anu diplomatic mission last, despite the fact that we've raided Sanhedrian 4 times, which is a 6, 12, 18, minus 24 to Sanhedrian opinion. So you can tell how often we've chosen our resolutions of events. But here we are. So we're just killing some bastards who have been giving Anu Havens trouble. And we've got sight on them straight off the bat. So Nero can just open the batting.
Preparing to fire.
With what I'm sure will be some fantastic marksmanship. Center mass shooting.
Got you.
Nero could in fact just overwatch because the assaults can do the job. Which means Nero is now available on Overwatch. There's a heavy out there, it's not particularly important. I can see there's another assault out there. That assault also is not likely to be particularly important this turn, but I think we'll just do the damage. So you can say that balance accuracy has improved a fair amount.
Steel on target.
He is now arm disabled. He is, however, holding a medkit, so we'll go for the kill immediately. So a heavy is probably a brutal target for Balin in a way because the negative damage, even with that, he still misses. The negative damage is like on show in a very direct fashion. I think I'm going to put the heavy around the rear here for the moment until it's time to reveal him. He's just not what we're about right now. This will cover this for when the assault comes out.
Moving to coordinates.
Atrasis, again, covering for the assault coming through. And if it doesn't come through too far, then it's not much of a threat. Vincina can do some damage, and we're done. Yeah, I was worried about that. Just means we're spending more ammo than we had to. Ah, there's a heavy who knows how to use girders for cover. Oof, that was close. So that sniper is now enemy number 1. Well, that's a bit insulting. The heavies have figured out they're useless, so they now have grenades, evidently. But this is okay. We revealed most of our opponents now. We should be able to gun most of them down. Ah, and he wasted his turn using a medkit. Fantastic. Well, this turn, the motto is going to be as much damage as possible. Right, leave this with me for a second. Okay, I think we're going to try and panic this sniper instead of killing him, just because getting a good shot on him is proving very difficult.
Target hit.
So let's just eliminate what we can, and then deal with him after that. Ugh, that's missed. Unhelpful. That'll do.
Enemy killed.
Here.
Okay, those are 2 good shots.
I'm here. Identifying
can
target.
Help finish.
What's our move?
problem is we're potentially exposing ourselves here, but like I said, eliminating targets is the absolute priority at this point. We could try and disable both of those, but I think I'd rather just eliminate this guy.
It worked.
How much willpower do we have? 3. Don't have the ability to jump and
What are we doing?
there, that's okay. Let's use that willpower and get a small willpower refresh for eliminating that assault. So I think that now puts our sniper on 0 willpower, which makes him easily panic from here, but probably not panicable this turn.
In my sights.
Yeah, I don't think so.
On the lookout.
Taking aim.
And here, we're probably going to take one shot and then evacuate, I imagine, because there's no more soft targets in range. Because that dash is not going to be enough to get us all the way in. So I think it's going to be a case of a little bit of a tickle. And then a retreat to a covered position. Hopefully someone will step into that fire. Oh no, they're going to use the sniper straight away. Ouch. That's a new sniper, in fact. Great.
Get some!
Well, I guess shooting from that distance is something you can do, but hey, you're not going to do much damage. So, sniper out that way. Decent enough target. We will be able to kill that. The one that's out there will panic. If it hasn't panicked already, it may not have shot last turn because it was panicked.
Preparing to fire.
And this should be enough. Alright, leave this with me for a sec. Okay. Let's kick this off. Atrasis. In a position where you're unlikely to be engaged by anything else.
Do we have a plan?
We can probably eliminate there.
Aiming.
Vincent. That should be enough.
What are we doing?
Apparently not. So what I've done there is I've panicked that heavy, but I'm not in a great position relative to the other sniper, which is my concern. So we're going to put a Overwatch out that way. We're going to bring Nathaniel Moody over here, take his medkit, and just give us a little bit of a guarantee on Nero, because we do not want to lose one of our best snipers.
Catching my breath.
He'll be able to be killed by Vincent next turn. Interesting build. This is a mobile heavy. A heavy that's not wearing super heavy armor. Although evidently he's wearing some armor. This shows that he's wearing Guardian armor. It's just alternate skin. That's very odd. It looks like he's wearing a t-shirt, but he's actually wearing like super heavy protection.
Ready.
I think we're going to have to get out of there, actually.
Trying to aim.
I think it's going to be a case of come around the corner, do that,
Finally, something positive.
and then break contact. From there, Athrasis should be completely immune to being attacked by that heavy. And at this point, I think we can kind of just scout it out again. I still think there might be an enemy out this way. Let's go find out. Bingo. Didn't take much movement to uncover.
Enemy's still active.
Kill you for that.
I'm ready.
Nero does not have enough for quick aim, so with Nero, in Nero's case, it's going to have to be the Overwatch. Although he may not have the Overwatch range. Try his confirm. Balin, don't get shot, is basically the advice I can offer you. And Vincina, I think we're just going to push up as far as possible and try and put your Overwatch cone over that sniper, or be a tempting target for
Pushing
that
on.
sniper. That'll do. Okay. One to our
Taking a
left,
quick break.
and then we know about this heavy in here.
Gonna get it now.
God, those machine guns suck. And I know I'm sort of underestimating these guys, and they've done a little bit of damage
Do
to
we
me,
have a
so they
plan?
maybe pay for it just a bit.
Let's just get this over with.
But for the most part, they suck. What we're going to do,
On the move.
disarm first, just for maximum safety, or actually, I'm considering the headshot. 6
Let's
willpower
just get this
points,
over
he
with.
loses, what, 5 if we take out the head? 5. It's better to kill the arm.
It worked.
They crippled me.
That soldier is now no longer a threat. And then Nero takes the kill in order to get a little bit of a willpower refresh. That puts Nero back up on 4. That leaves us with what? A disarmed heavy over here. That's not particularly threatening. Cool, Dazed has 1 AP. He's pretty much hunted down. I'm
Heading
not going to
out.
do anything more with the Thratis just because low health. In fact, I may just heal so the team can keep moving after this. Worth investing medkits in order to keep my Alpha Squad functioning and running missions rather than sitting at base doing nothing. Vincina is on cover duty. Cool. Okay, this is the last enemy.
Rolling.
We know that because the turn was so quick. He is almost dead.
What's our move?
Man, I'm
No
looking
rest
forward to
for the
moving up
weary.
to 20 speed.
Playing it safe. Ready to roll.
And we'll end this with some Moody style points. Tear cannon to the back of the head, done. Fantastic. Alright, so that's now Anu moved past 25%. That mission had the heavies do more damage than I expected, but as usual, it was almost all opposing snipers doing the hits. Apart from that one Ward 2, which is handy, because they have an infinite demand for resources.
The
30
voiceless
tech,
hierophants shall judge
300
you when
mats,
the time is
250
right.
food, Disciples of Anu plus 5. I will take it. So if we look at personnel, we have a recruit available. It is a sniper recruit with healer, quarterback, biochemist. Not a great sniper build, but at 310 food, cheap, affordable, and in the main base. And what I can do is I can put that on the other manticore that is coming in so that it can explore, because right now we don't have a training base established. I could consider establishing a training base. That or I recruit and stock. So the next Ancient Missions is here, the Shard Gun, so we'll run that as well. New Pandorans, super heavily armoured, the Assault Rifle with the armoured head. Trick on these guys is just remember, the head is probably the most protected part of the Triton. No, it's just 20, but still pretty tough. You would normally think that the head is the weak point. It's not. On this guy, it's the legs and the arms, not the head. The regeneration torso being 30 armor is also frustrating. And then we've got, stun pistol, Triton poachers. Well, that's a bit shitty, but anyway, let's run the Shard Guard mission. Because there is no rest for Alpha Team. None. Okay, so this mission we're going after Anu, because Anu is worshipping the plans to the Shard Gun rather than, researching it and making weapons. Because, investing huge amounts of resources during the apocalypse into religious observances and temples while destroying everything valuable about the human past is kind of their thing. I'm kind of happy for 2 reasons. One, this mission is going to be super easy, which means you're probably not going to see much of it because it should be a walkthrough. An absolute breeze, that is, because we're dealing with Anu, and Anu is not particularly good in the early game, if ever. If they don't have priests and mutogs and things like that, all they really have are melee berserkers and shotgun berserkers, which means you can treat them like close-range Pandorans and basically take them out that way. The other part is we're actually hoping that some of them drop melee weapons, because we've just recruited a bunch of berserkers, and we have no melee weapons nor any way to manufacture them, so there we are. With this mission, it's not a kill everyone one. We push in here, our heavy grabs it probably, Nathaniel, and then everyone who's in a fire base just holds the ground as Nathaniel jumps back, and we evac. Simple enough. Okay, here's some of the best of Anu. This is a couple of turns in. They do have a priest with the Psychic Scream and Mind Control, which means he's dying soon, but for the most part, I want you to remember this is the post-apocalypse. I have laser guns. I am fighting alien invaders controlled by an evil force from outer space. And Anu's idea of a combat unit is a dude with a hammer who thought it was a great idea to inject alien DNA into his cranium in order to develop, like, this mutant armored structure. I don't get why people... There are genuinely people out there who think Anu is like the way, the truth, and the light, and I'm just like, guys, they're horrifying. But we will work with them. But not these ones. These versions of them we will most definitely not work with, and we will instead kill. So, let's do some shooting. Who's going to go first? Let me think about this. Okay, so I think it's Moody first. Yeah, it's a little bit. That probably means a sniper can do it in one. If we go to Nero, because Nero doesn't have the reduced damage that Stalin does. Okay, if we shoot for the torso, we hit the arm. What have we got? 14 health. So we'll need to put a pistol round or something into that, but that's okay. Nero's second shot.
To fire.
I'm interested in the priest. I'm interested in the priest's head. Thank
Target
you.
hit.
Trasis, can you clean this up? Thank you.
Taking aim down.
Can you then clean up the berserker? Yes. Again, laser gun beats hammer. They don't even have that much willpower. So I'm more interested in the shotgunner than the hammer guy.
Enemy still active.
There we go.
Aiming.
And he is now panicked.
Right
So
there.
we'll set up our little forward fire base. This will be the forward edge of the fire base. Moody will jump forward from here.
Preparing to fire.
And we'll start putting some damage down. Against those, like, not particularly heavily armored Anu guys, assault rifles can hurt, like, quite badly. That may be actually all the enemies that they've got for me.
Repositioning.
Like, legitimately.
This better work.
Which would be great. This is a hard shot, but Starling would attempt it. That was technically a hit, but threw cover so much that it didn't actually do any damage.
Holding position.
Nero, watch on Overwatch.
Pushing on.
I'm probably going to start fast forwarding after this turn, because if I kill this guy, I'm really not sure what is left for them in terms of anything that can stop my momentum.
Enemy killed.
We don't need to pick up the loot. The loot is automatically picked up in this mission, so we can start going for the objective. And we'll overwatch from up here. And I think at this point, this mission is basically done. Anu is by far the least threatening of your early game opponents. Less threatening than Pandorans, less threatening than the Pure, less threatening than Forsaken, Sanhedrian, or no Jericho. Hammers, just not that good. I'll take it from here. Look, I kind of wish Anu was the threat to the survival of the universe, because I could turn this game up to well beyond the difficulty levels that it has set in it, and you'd still be doing pretty well, I think, if you were fighting the Disciples of Anu all the time. They just don't have the tools early game to deal with you. And that's new tricks. They probably increased their power as a percentage of their starting more than the others, but it's not great. Where is the rebuke? Over there. Well, that's not a problem. We can go pick that up. And soon, I expect it's probably time for Sanhedrian raid o'clock. Because we're at diplomacy 25. We're almost at 50% for New Jericho. I'm considering doing some aircraft raids to end the episode. That said, we're going to need something to mine with as well. So we could end the episode with a raid on Anu instead of a raid on Sanhedrian. We could even do both. Because we're not in a super rush to get the Rebuke blueprint. It's going to be a while before we establish these archaeology labs and then produce the probes. We're going to need to produce a whole bunch of archaeological probes as well, and scan the world and find the resources. Like, it's not a huge rush. So we could finish the time maybe by raiding this Anu Haven here. I mean, we'd lose the ability to buy food from it, but we'll just buy the food first. Love it. Okay, huge resources going on down here, and some good recruits. I am tempted. I think what will happen next episode is I will start on a 5th team, and that'll be close to our full established strength. Okay, so we've arrived at this haven with the intention of stealing from it, and they would like to question us about our experiences in the field in exchange for some scientific insights. Okay. Haven's leader +9, disciples of Anu +3, research 75, soldiers have lost 10 stamina, but they still have enough to go into battle, right? Okay, so this haven was super interested. Let's buy their food first, because that's running at a huge profit. All this food, that's amazing. I'm pretty sure that we can actually survive the negative opinion from raiding them and still be at a positive opinion with this haven, which is kind of ludicrous. I'm tempted to do that because, after all, they said they want to know about our tactical experiences in the field, and I think that a demonstration is in order. Normally, I hate the Tiamat. The Tiamat has very little good to say about it. It has high carrying capacity and long range, but it's so slow that it is impossible to reasonably use. However, if all it's going to be doing is mining, that is, sitting over a fixed location extracting resources, it does the job perfectly well, Anu than they are from anyone else, and I care less about Anu's tech than other people. I will get it up eventually because I want 50 for their specialist classes, but I'm not sure even they have. Well, no, now we know they have priest class, but until recently they wouldn't have had priest class. Either way, I'm not too worried about this -6. We just got a +4 from doing that mission before anyway. So we're going to go steal the blimp. This should be a nice change from the Sanhedrian runs. So what Anu missions tend to have more of than other people is numbers.
Ready to engage.
What they don't have compared to New Jericho and Sanhedrian is snipers. Also, Balin, you are now statistically incredibly accurate, but I'm pretty sure I cut this from the last mission. You seem to miss an inordinate number of shots. That said, Nero missed the shot too, so all is forgiven. Let's let them get a little bit closer, and then we'll engage. I can just stick Moody on a tower in this, because he's not going to be picked up the way he would by Sanhedrian snipers if he was in an equivalent position. And because Anu has no range, you know that they're going to do one predictable thing. They're going to come to you. Which means as long as you bring enough firepower to gun them down, like Rourke's Drift in the movie Zulu, you're going to do okay. Because these Harrower shotguns are devastating. In fact, I would like to steal some of these Harrower shotguns for my assaults. It would be quite welcome. It would be a reason to get close quarter specialist on some of them. But they are close range. And because the enemy doesn't have dash, they're far less capable of getting them where they hurt, or where they would hurt. So this one here, in order to come to us, has to come around there, so not as much of a problem. We do just have to thin the herd a little bit on the way in. Man, they weren't even alerted, apparently.
I'm ready.
So much for your security arrangements, guys.
Moving. Preparing to fire.
Okay, Stalin. I don't think you can miss this. Thank you. See, you're capable of shooting fools. It's a thing that you can do. You often seem to choose not to do it, but you can do it. The one thing is just don't expose ourselves too much on this left-hand side, because this guy's going to come out and make our life difficult. Not worth making those shots with Moody, and I'm not going to jump him forward just yet. Although, I might kind of roof hop over this way, and then roof hop here, and then roof hop across there, and have that be how I claim the aircraft. Awesome. Plus, it should confuse the heck out of some of the Arno troops. Like, this guy's thinking, next turn I will climb up that ladder. No, he won't.
It's time to act.
So many guys. Arno really piling on the human wave assault here. But we should be able to start thinning it pretty quickly. So this Arno assault actually does have dash, but that's not going to save him from being killed by a volley of assault rifle fire. I think he's now dead. Yep, 4 health, great, he's taken care of.
Identifying target.
The second one is a little more distant and doesn't have dash, so
Here.
not as much of a dangerous opponent.
Moving out. Steel on target.
Ow!
Now, Moody would be in trouble if he wasn't a heavy in this scenario, but he is, so he can just leave in a moment. Super handy for him.
Moving to coordinates. Taking aim.
And then break a little bit of line of sight there to stop the shotgunners from that direction. So these guys are all going to try and swarm around, basically. Now remember, we don't all have to be at the aircraft at the when things go. Let's just check if this guy's got regen. He does not. He is carrying a med kit, so he's probably going to use it in response to this.
Target hit. Holding position.
And then Mr. Moody. Far away beyond the ability of anyone to do anything about anything. There's the med kit, there's a reinforcement.
Steel on target.
The medkit use is unfortunate because I would have liked to loot those. Anyway, they're not going to be able to attack me this turn, I don't think.
It's time to act.
Oh, one of them's decided to make his mission to deal with Moody. And again, to this covered position, but this covered position only allows them to then make a full dash. The limitations of only carrying short-range weapons are so bad. So they're all pretty much preoccupied with
What's
Moody
our
at the
move?
moment. That's not necessarily a problem
Aiming.
for us. I mean, Nero can get some kills, or rather, he'd be able to get a kill if he didn't shoot the gun, but that's okay, it happens from time to time.
Right there.
We'll bring Stalin back to actually confirm that kill. If no other reason than cutting down the willpower available to
Kill
troops across the
confirmed.
field. Because where are we sitting on most of these troops? Yeah, we're sitting on 0. So we should be due for a panic round soon. The new spawn one won't be, though. Yeah, the new spawn one has.
All set.
Moody could actually get a kill, which is something that doesn't normally happen with heavy weapon assaults, to be perfectly honest. Mind you, our assaults are also capable of shooting a bit from downtown. Oh, that's not great.
Overwatching.
I think I've got a handle on this. Let's give Moody a shot. There you go.
Straight to sin.
Oh, look, and that's panicked everybody. Oh, that's amazing.
I'm going.
He can stay up on this roof, and he can use his willpower refresh to jump and claim the aircraft next turn. The enemy's all going to panic for a turn. We'll be able to get more kills next turn. They're in a bit of a death spiral now, I think. Because the panic round means they have to swarm us in kind of
engage.
disconnected and disorganized formations.
What are we doing?
Stalin.
I'm ready. Got you. Do we have a plan?
Okay, does anyone have quick aim left? Stalin does. And he's the more accurate one.
Why can't I hit
Anyway,
anything?
I need to stop calling him more accurate. Because what happens if that guy chooses not to move? He can medkit instead. That's unfortunate. I was hoping he would be a willpower mouse. Oh, I just misclicked that. That is unfortunate. So I'm going to have to hide and hope nothing happens as a result of that. Playing too quickly. That said, look. There's one guy over here. This guy is on 10 health and he's going to medkit. This guy is here. He's badly wounded. He doesn't have a medkit. This one can't get to me. I think this mission's pretty much done. Okay, time for some violence.
Ready to fire. Identifying target.
Yeah, we got some panics happening.
What's our move? I'll keep my eyes open.
Yeah, I'd say we're done. Cool. Easy. The only problem with doing those sort of missions is the ammunition consumption, which we could be using on actual threats like Pandorans. But yeah, good investment, plus the Haven says positive to us. I'm happy with that. And we picked up 2 Iconoclasts, of which we can probably issue 1, although I remember us having a bunch of magazines in storage. So this can go to our assaults, and we've got 2 Marduk's Fists. We can hand these out to our Berserkers, but we might also want to give one to our Heavy, because I understand, and I'll check this quickly before I end the episode, someone told me some time back that for some reason Brawler, yeah, get melee weapon proficiency. I didn't think this did that. This is a lack of knowledge on my part. I didn't realize that you got melee weapon proficiency with Brawler for 10 SP. That's so cheap. Which means, with this guy, Marduk's Fist, Nathaniel Moody is doing 240 damage when he does a strike attack with Marduk's Fist, which is significantly better than hitting people with his cannon. So there is no reason not to give him this. That gives him considerable extra utility. I'm very happy with that. We've also finished some gear, so let's close out the episode as we reflect by also getting Delta Team that is, I'll admit, a little bit, minimal in their gear. And as I remember correctly, someone else has a near-naked sniper as well. No, apparently I have misremembered. Clearly, I have misremembered. Anyway, let's get some more respectable stuff going on here. Rick. We're almost out of Demos ammo. That is a reason to get up to 50% Synedrian, or is a reason to raid Synedrian again. One or the other. Have some ammo. I don't have any armor for you yet. There's some sniper equipment, but I don't think that's what you need. Do I have an extra laser pistol for Zhang? No, I'd have to steal one, although I could give him the hand cannon. Yeah, that squad's looking pretty light on. This squad's looking pretty... here it is. Jacques Mercier. Was missing armor piece and is still missing his torso, but his torso is almost complete. So then Jacques will be fully equipped, except for the fact I have a shortage of handguns. Could issue Nurgle's Wrath to somebody. Anyway, so at the status of the current teams, A team is good to go. It's Synedrian laser equipment, although we're starting to run into an ammo problem. We've got 2 magazines of Pythag ammo, and we're running out of the ammo for the assault rifles, which is a problem. We'll probably get around that by issuing shotguns to replace some of the laser assault rifles. Charlie's squad is inexperienced, but has decent amounts of equipment. As soon as Jacques gets his chest piece, Charlie's squad is good to go. They just desperately need some level ups from some missions. They've got a decent composition. 3 snipers is a lot of firepower. Antonia as the Berserker and Imperialis as the Heavy, and this is one of the other squads with the Heavy, which is good. Bravo squad is in good condition. We've seen them do some good missions. They might be one of the teams also that benefits from shotguns. And Delta squad is... Delta squad may even have its less equipped members traded out in exchange for some new recruits who come with all their gear. In fact, it might be a reason to get a couple of recruits, strip their gear and send it to Delta squad as the other option. Just to get them operational, because at the moment, Rick Steele and self-replicating whatnot are completely unarmored, and that is not acceptable for this stage of the game. So, next episode, we'll keep doing some story missions. I don't think we'll raid Synedrian immediately, because I kind of want to make a push to 50%, even though I would like another Helios. I might have to make do with using a Manticore for the Echo squad. Bravo team is going down to a story mission. Alpha team's story missions. Charlie and Delta will do exploration sites. And then I'm pretty sure that with the Behemoth underwater, we can afford to send the Gift on a trade mission and use the other Manticore that's coming across to set up yet another team. Our next construction, I'm not going to do a training base just yet because I want all my teams out and about. The 2 things on my agenda are, 3 things. Recruitment, maybe 1 more research base, and activating this Phoenix project base here and getting sensor coverage. Eventually we also want to do this one, but that one can wait until Phoenix R&D 9 is better established. It is now the 13th of January. We are at 20 recruits. We have 4 teams operational. They will shortly be fully equipped. We've got 4 archaeology labs running. Research Lab 2 is almost complete. Aircraft collection is at 7. I'd say we're doing fairly well. And we've got a shit ton of food that I need to trade away. Hope you're enjoying this run. Any comments below as normal, although I am recording ahead. And I'll see you guys next time.